Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to British Beef. Lawerence Okolie versus Issac Chamberlain. Yeah, it's the big one.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to British.
This live audio commentary is brought to you by BWTM Sports. I just wanted to sit back and watch this fight. I thought it was just too tempting to turn around and not commentate on this fight. British Beef, what's going to happen? Does history already give us the answer as to who's going to win this fight? How many times before have we seen guys who've got Olympic pedigree fight guys with not so decorated amateur careers and come out winning? We can take it back to when Gary Mason fought Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was the decorated Olympic boxer. Gary Mason had won the ABAs. Lennox Lewis beat Gary Mason. We can talk to quite recently. O'Hara Davis didn't do much as an amateur. Josh Taylor was the decorated amateur fighter. Are we going to see the same thing again tonight with Okolie and Chamberlain? Well, Chamberlain's already been testing his career. We go back to the Wally Camacho fight where his shoulder came out and he put the shoulder back in. The question is, that shoulder got put back in, but is that shoulder 100% ready to go? Will the shoulder go again tonight? Who knows? It's a possibility. It went before, it could go again. But even if it went again, you know Chamberlain's got the heart to put it back in. Do you know he's got a heart? Lawerence Okolie, well, he blows away his opposition. Now, for me, Okolie has height and reach advantage. So really, he should be keeping Chamberlain on the outside and not allowing Chamberlain to get any sort of space or distance to get inside. Using the jab, hitting him with the right hand, and not allowing him to get inside. And even if Chamberlain does get inside, tie him up. Chamberlain has had great sparring with the likes of Alexander Usyk, but you know, in the pro game, Chamberlain has been tested. Okolie hasn't. But in the amateurs, we know that Okolie's performances and what he's done far outweighs what Chamberlain has done. So it's what you like. Body language. I was at the press conference with Eddie Hearn was talking about Chamberlain's achievements as a pro. And it just looked as if Okolie, to me, just seemed like, not that he didn't want to be there, but he just didn't understand why Chamberlain was getting the applause that he was getting. It looked as though in Okolie's mind that this guy's not even in the same league as me. Why are we even having this? Why is it even happening? That's what it seemed at the final presser for me. Can we read into anything regarding when Chamberlain looked at Okolie and Okolie didn't want to give eye contact? Well, it can mean a number of one things. It can mean absolutely nothing. So we'll just have to wait and see. On the screen at the moment, they're showing Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua. If you haven't already seen it, check out our interview with Joseph Parker and Team Parker, who were in London a few weeks ago, which we did some interviews with the whole team. Check that out. So at the moment, we talk a lot about Okolie's power. Now, for me, the one thing I see about Lawerence Okolie, what I notice is that he pulls straight back from punches and he gets clipped by fighters that are lesser opposition than himself. So pulling straight back from punches and getting clipped. Even the last opponent that he fought, before he knocked him out, he was getting clipped as he was knocking the guy out. So my concern is, I always like a guy who's defensively responsible. When I say defensively responsible, that basically means is when they're throwing their punches, they're considering the punches that are coming back at them, that they put themselves in position where they can hit and not get hit. So, you know, I hear Okolie talking about, well, I'm going to try and knock him out in the first round. As soon as I hit him, he's going to fall over. Well, you know, as you move up in levels, and we don't know what Chamberlain's level is, but tonight they say Okolie's stepping up. So for me, I want to know what Okolie's chin is like when he gets hit on the chin, how he responds. It's all right being able to give out and throw big punches. What is it like when somebody's throwing punches back at you? The other question I want to know about with Okolie is, can he fight on the inside? It's important because if Chamberlain can get on the inside and Okolie can't fight on the inside, that could be a safe place for Chamberlain, because obviously he doesn't want to be on the end of a right hand, particularly with a long reach. You don't want to be the end of a right hand. The best thing for Chamberlain is to be able to slip as Okolie's throwing, slip inside and let his work go, let his hands go. Let Okolie commit and then get inside. Easier said than done, or throw it in between the shots. So, and with a fight like this, tactics tend to go out the window. People get steamed up, people get angry. So, out of the two guys, who's the cooler of the two guys? Is it Okolie, who's fought at the much higher level as an amateur? Seen some guys here from the gym. Chris, Too Slick Congo, who was on the channel earlier today. Richard Reakpour, he was there as well. John Harding Jr., all part of the Tim Bammy team. They're all behind Issac Chamberlain there. That's nice when all your gym mates are coming out to see you fight. Shout out again to Eric Maconzo as well, part of that team. Shout out to him as well. And of course, the other side, Lawerence Okolie's side, shout out to Mahib Fazaldin, the unbeaten fighter who has been on our channel a few times. Obviously, he's team Okolie. So here we go. He's got he's bent over at the moment. He's up. In the white, bent over. The lights have gone down now. It's great when all your teammates are there, all your gym mates are behind you for the fight, backing you. Ted Bammy, the former fighter, I think he won a European title. I'm sure he won a European title. Anthony Joshua there. Obviously, they're coming to ring with some sort of music. Joshua's laughing at it all. Richard Reakpour, who was on our channel, talked about the Okolie fight, and he wanted to take the Okolie fight, but Okolie pulled out on him. So they talk a lot about Richard Reakpour. He's going to be doing big things. He's the guy, if you look to the right-hand side of Chamberlain in the white. To the left of him, in the black, is Chris Congo, again featured on the channel. Chamberlain punches the air and enters the ring. Issac Chamberlain is in the ring. I think I've just seen James Cook there as well. Another very good fighter, James Cook. He fought Michael Watson. You think he was the first guy to inflict defeat on Michael Watson? So here we are at the O2 Arena, the main event of the evening. 12 rounds or less. Eddie working with the elite to make sure Joshua don't go solo. They don't want another brother going alone and being successful with that. Well, okay, we'll see. Interesting stuff there. Realistic boxing. Here we go, man. The man, Lawerence Okolie. Big things expected of him, being the Olympian. So, if anything, the pressure's really on Okolie. Okolie could say to himself, well, you know what? This guy never fought at the Olympics. He's not really in my league. He could come up with that approach and find that Chamberlain is a lot more tougher than he expected. What happens when he gets it back on the chin? Now, from the two guys, there's a lot of smiling from Okolie. I just saw, I think it's Fraser Clark. He just touched gloves with there. A lot of smiling, very relaxed, a lot of bravado from Okolie. A lot of bravado. But I don't know if that's bravado. He's dancing to the ring. I don't know whether that's bravado. And Joshua's smiling as well. Got his camera out. Okolie's the one with a big smile on his face, and he's in the ring now. And all of Okolie's people are jumping up. Obviously, it's two tunes for two different fighters. So my big question for Okolie is, well, he can give it, but can he take it? That's the big question there. He seems very confident, very cool, and very relaxed. For me, I'd like to see a guy like Okolie just be a little bit more focused. A little jumping around, a little bravado, a lot of bravado. Let's look at the height now. 6'5", Okolie. 6'2", Chamberlain. 14 stone 3 pounds for Okolie. 14 stone 1 pound. The reach, 82.5-inch reach advantage over Chamberlain, 78-inch reach advantage. 2017, Okolie made his pro debut. Chamberlain 215. 7 fights to 9 fights. 15 rounds. Okolie's done to 43. So Chamberlain's had the more experience as a pro. It's a 10-round cruiserweight fight. They're basically, in terms of pros, two novices. Let's be honest. 9 fights and 7 fights. It's almost like when James the Gale and George Groves fought. Coley got sparked at the Olympics. Interesting. Come on, Chamberlain. Interesting. David Hay there next to David Hay with his son and Joe Joyce. Out of the two men, Chamberlain seems the more focused, more thoughtful. Very steely-eyed, very focused. I wonder what Richard Riakporhe is thinking out there, looking at Okolie, thinking, you know what? I could be fighting him. But I understand Richard and him are good friends. So Richard tells me. Richard Riakporhe there with Chamberlain. I don't know if that's a psychological thing because clearly Riakporhe was meant to fight Okolie and Coley pulled out. I don't know if that's a psychological thing or not. His trainer Brian talking to Okolie. Coley's the one bouncing up and down a lot. Chamberlain, very, very not wasting any energy whatsoever. Both guys, there we go. There we go. It's the same judges that were at the last fight for Jones versus Cheeseman, Foster, Melendo, and Palermo. England, Poland, and Spain. And the referee is Steve Gray. Now, we'll announce the two fighters. Here we go. I think it's Coley first. Throwing a lot of energy, throwing punches. A lot of energy that I think it's nervous energy or what. 25 years old. 7 fights, 7 wins, 6 by KO. Lawerence Okolie. Crowd expecting this one to really kick off. And in the other corner, in white, Issac Chamberlain. 9 fights, 9 wins, 4 by KO. The more experienced pro at the moment. Issac Chamberlain. Interesting team they've got there, and James Cook and Ted Barry, 2 very experienced trainers there. And of course, you've got Brian in the other corner, who's experienced trainer as well. So, Battle of London. Touch gloves, just. The colleague going to box. Is he going to come out and blast Chamberlain with a right hand? What's going to happen? People expect to see Okolie knock Chamberlain out. I want to know what happens if Chamberlain can get close to Okolie. Okolie getting booed. And here is round 1. And automatically, Chamberlain gives a little bit of ground to Okolie. What doesn't want to be on the right at the end of Okolie shots. It needs to be on the inside. Okolie taking to the ring and Chamberlain on the back front. Now coming forward, inching his way forward, Chamberlain. It's about being defensively responsible, Okolie. That's what I'm concerned about with Okolie. It's all right throwing punches and trying to knock guys out, but you've also got to worry about your own defense. Nice jab there from Okolie. Try to throw a right hand. Chamberlain, high guard up. Try a right hand and then down goes Chamberlain. Oh dear. Right hand there and Chamberlain's down. Says he's okay. I don't know if that was a knockdown or that was a slip. It looked like a knockdown. Here comes Okolie. Chamberlain holding on in close, tight. First right hand from Okolie drops Chamberlain. Chamberlain holding on in tight, in close. Allowing his head to clear. Right hand again. Chamberlain on the outside of the right hand, which I said he cannot do. He's got to stay in close and not allow Okolie's long range. He's got to stay in close. Somehow, yeah, he's got to stop Okolie getting the right hand off. He's got to take that right hand away. Move away from the right hand. That's the big shot from Okolie. The right hand. Move away from it. This is still round 1. Chamberlain's head seems to have cleared. Wants to stay on again. Chamberlain tucking up here. And here comes Okolie again on the right hand. Nice jab there from Chamberlain, though. 47 seconds left. Okolie now pushes Chamberlain to the ground. Trying to bully Chamberlain here, Okolie. The jab, and then Chamberlain in close, holding on to Okolie's midsection. Right hand again. He cannot afford to stay right in front of Okolie. He's got to let, as that right hand shoots over the top. Chamberlain coming in, going in, under, and landing heartful body shots. At least land something. End of the first round. The right hand from Okolie drops Chamberlain in the first round. See, first and foremost, the problem with this for Chamberlain is that he allowed Okolie from the first 30 seconds to get behind the jab and give distance. So then he can throw the right hand from distance and him be right on the end of the right hand. What he needed to do is not stay in the same spot for too long. He's got to move. And he's got to make Okolie not feel confident throwing the right hand. Lots of feints can do that. but he cannot stand in front of Okolie, and he cannot allow Okolie to use what I call the bow and arrow trick, which is what you've got the left hand out and you're throwing the right hand down. Okay, this is round number 2. That's better from Chamberlain. Trying to at least get inside with the jab. He's going to make Okolie not one. It's a nice left hook over the top there from Chamberlain. Better work there from him there. That's more like it. When Okolie looks to throw the right hand, slip inside, slip under the right hand and come over the top of the left hook of your own. Or when he throws that right hand, as he does wildly, throw your own right hand over the top. Because Okolie will be there. He does overreach sometimes. And when he overextends with the right hand, he leaves his chin up in the air, Okolie. So he's there to be nailed with the overhand right. This is better stuff from Chamberlain this round. He's closing the range down, which he needs to do against Okolie. And then make Okolie find if Okolie can fight on the inside. This is better work from Chamberlain round 2. That's where he's got to be. Inside on Okolie. But he's got to work when he's on inside. When he's inside, whack the body. Land on, just throw shots when he's on the inside. Okolie's trying to use that long, big right hand. That's what he's doing. He's trying to throw the right hand all the time. Slip inside. Left hook to the body. Wait for Okolie to throw that big right hand. Or when he throws the right hand, throw your right hand over the top. Because he's open to it. He's not thinking about defense when he throws his own shots, Okolie. He's so focused on trying to knock you out. He's loading up with that right hand. Very predictably as well. If Chamberlain can see that right hand, he's able to slip it and get under it. He can come over the top with a left hook. He can come straight through the middle. But he's got to step inside with doing that. They're just resting on the inside at the moment. Okolie's still trying to throw out 1-2. And now Chamberlain's closing the range down. Now shows a short little right hand on the inside. Chamberlain staying close to Okolie. Now something's happening here. A point coming off here for holding to Issac Chamberlain. So Chamberlain warned for holding, but that was the right strategy for me. Get inside and hold. But you got to work when you're inside, like I said. Right hand inside. Okolie's defense, he's trying the right hand over and over again. And Chamberlain's slipping under it now, but he's not coming back with anything. He's got to come back with something. Can't just go in the inside and do nothing. That's where your best work is got to be, on the inside. Short left hook in the inside from Chamberlain. That's the shot there. When he gets in close, get him for a left hook up the top. Because Okolie's there to be hit. Once you back in Okolie up, he's there to be hit on the inside with left hooks to body and head. A lot of wrestling up close. It's a physical fight at the moment. Just a lot of grabbing and holding on the inside. Ugly. But that's what Chamberlain's this good. From Chamberlain. At least he's trying to close the range. Got to slip inside, but when you get inside, you've got to make it count. Every opportunity if I'm talking to Chamberlain, every opportunity you've got, you get inside, you land your left hook, either to body or to head, or even throw the uppercut on the inside. Because when Okolie is overstretching that right hand, why not, as you get inside, pop the uppercut? Because you're inside, and his right hand's going over your shoulder, he's got nothing to defend himself. Come upstairs with a right uppercut and then bring the left hook inside. So short right uppercut and left hook inside. And the 2 shots he's throwing there are not shots that are going to get himself in any trouble, because Okolie can't defend himself because he struck the right hand over the top. You see it over and over again. For Okolie, I'll tell him, settle down, back up a touch, and give yourself a little bit more room to throw that right hand if you're going to have to keep throwing it. Okolie's just trying to throw any sorts of shots, wild shots on the inside. See, for me, I'd like to see, maybe Chamberlain's strategy is, let's take this fight into the second half of the fight. and see what Okolie's got. The other thing that needs to be considered for Chamberlain and Okolie is the big fight nerves. This is the biggest fight of both of these guys' careers, and so much is on the line. You can see Chamberlain trying to line up. I can see he's trying to line up the left hook here on Okolie. See, Okolie's still very wild on the inside. As I said, he can be hit with a left hook there and the uppercut because he's coming forward. As he's coming forward, you can't. He's got no way of defending himself. He throws the right hand, overcommits to the right hand, and he's left himself open every time. It's an action replay. Okolie tries to throw the right hand. Chamberlain slips on the inside and starts to hold. I'd like to see Chamberlain now attempt to throw the jab at least. That's better stuff from Chamberlain. That's a nice jab from Chamberlain. First time lands a good little jab on Okolie. That's nice. If Okolie keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, then you know what? I can see Chamberlain winning this because Okolie's not making the adjustments. He's doing the same thing over and over and over again. And actually, Chamberlain's actually now landing the jab and he's throwing the left hook there. And Okolie's now slightly backing up now. That's nice. Better work from Chamberlain here. Left hook to the body. There's the left hook I was talking about, to the body. Lands it for the first time there. Now we're starting to see this game plan of Chamberlain. Left hook on the inside. We just saw the left hook there from the inside there from Chamberlain. The success there for Chamberlain. Just a little left hook there. It was nice there. Okolie digs a kind of right hand inside the midsection of Chamberlain as he was coming forward. Look, short little shots on the inside there from Okolie. But that's not. Oh, big right hand there. So nice little chopping right hand there. And Chamberlain took it. Nice body shot there from Chamberlain. That's just what I want to see. Chamberlain falls over, but it's not a knockdown. Feet just got tangled up. End of the round. See now. Very interesting to see what I'm seeing this round here from Chamberlain. You can see the game plan starting to work with Chamberlain. Started to use the jab a bit more, closing the range down, feeling more comfortable with Okolie's punching power there. So good stuff there from Chamberlain. Good stuff from the round from Chamberlain. Throwing the left hook to the body and left hook to the head. This is what I was talking about. We're seeing Chamberlain execute that. Now for Okolie, he has got to settle down, wasting a lot of energy wrestling up and fighting up with Chamberlain. Don't you do that. Settle down. Pick your spots. Use the jab. Feint with the jab. And let Chamberlain come forward. And then maybe hit you. Instead of trying to throw the right hand over the top, throw the right uppercut through the middle. So make it think you're going to throw the right hand through the middle. Throw the right uppercut instead. Chamberlain won't see that coming. Because he, as he goes forward himself, Chamberlain, is not expecting the right uppercut. And there's an opening there for him. I don't know how Chamberlain lost the last round. I'm sorry. I thought Chamberlain won the last round. But hey. This is round 4. Again, Okolie just trying to use the left hand and trying to throw a right hand up. I don't know. Then trying to throw right hands around the back of the head. I hope the referee says something to him about that, by the way. Hasn't done it yet. Through the middle there. See, we just saw a nice shot through the middle there from Chamberlain. It's time for Chamberlain to bring the uppercut upstairs because Okolie's got no defense. He's got to bring the uppercut, right uppercut. When he's wrestling at, Chamberlain needs to come upstairs. He's got to bring the uppercut now. Bring the uppercut up, upstairs and then throw the left hook. Because all they're doing is wrestling at the moment. Actually, there's not much boxing going on. It's Okolie doing the same thing over and over again. And tying me up one on the inside. Right hand over the top there. We just saw clipping Okolie. Chest. Okolie tying up. This is the Olympic fighter here. Now, at the moment, I can't tell the difference between Okolie and Chamberlain. Where's all the Olympic pedigree at the moment? See, why doesn't Okolie just back off and let Chamberlain come to him and then pick his shots? Okolie tries to push Chamberlain out the ropes, the ring. Again, Chamberlain puts his head down. Nice body shot there from Chamberlain. Chamberlain's got to be careful now. Left hook there. He always tries to find a left hook there. Forget the left hook upstairs, Chamberlain. Try and look for the uppercut through the middle. Okolie, step off. Step off. Now, right hand there from Okolie. Nice little right hand there from him. Chamberlain, you try to use the shoulder there, and both guys have been warned. Now, I know that Chamberlain had was warned about holding and point off for holding. But what about Okolie? And then around there. I was wondering if Chamberlain's got the power to actually hurt Okolie. That's what I wonder. Just watching replays here of Okolie pushing and trying to bully Chamberlain around the ring. Did you see a lot of Okolie just pushing Chamberlain around the ring? No boxing, just pushing him around the ring and trying to rough him up on the inside. I'd like to see Chamberlain instead of being involved in this wrestling match, so rough him up, step off, spin him. Very interesting. There was no warning for Chamberlain, as somebody's mentioned quite rightly. There was no warning for Chamberlain before the point deduction. So I wonder if it's Okolie that is the favourite between the two guys. And is it Chamberlain on the front foot now, coming forward more? I like this. He's feinting Chamberlain, which is nice. This is better. Chamberlain jabbing to the body. This is not what Okolie wants. But again, when Chamberlain's he's got to be careful, Chamberlain, when he's doing what he's doing, that he's not at the end of the Okolie right hand. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Chamberlain here. Showing a little bit more foot movement, a little bit more movement. This is round 5. Chamberlain just tucking up. He doesn't want to be on the end of that right hand. He wants to be on the in close. This fight will get very interesting as soon as one of these guys tire out. As soon as one of these guys tire, that's when this fight will explode. While they've still got this nervous energy, they'll be doing a lot of tying up. Okolie tries a little uppercut there. Again, both guys tying up. Jab from Okolie. Bit better from him there. Big right hand he tried there. So Chamberlain seems to be taking the right hand of Okolie. If that's the case, then this fight changes again. Because if he's able to take the power of Okolie, the next question is, you can take the right hand from Okolie. Now, can you get on the inside and actually hurt Okolie yourself? That's the next thing. Are you strong enough to hurt Okolie? Chamberlain looking to his corner. for maybe some advice. Chamberlain walking forward now, trying to do some work. Okolie just leaning on him all the time, pushing him back against the ropes. There's no boxing going on here. It's just pure wrestling on Okolie's part, mainly. So at least Chamberlain's trying to box. You can see he's trying to box at least. But see, Okolie's a physically stronger man. So just lots of holding and mauling. Womby says there's more wrestling here than there is in a UFC matchup. There isn't. I mean, there's not many punches being thrown in this fight. Lots of holding, lots of mauling. You know, but as I said, as soon as one of these two guys get tired, that's when this fight will explode. But Okolie's physical strength is what's making this fight. Well, I wouldn't say making the fight. It's making the fight ugly because he's the physically stronger guy. He's the guy pushing Chamberlain back, not throwing many great punches, just pushing him back, because he's physically stronger and bigger. But second half of this fight will be very interesting. Has Okolie got the stamina? We know Chamberlain has. This is round 6. Like I said, as soon as one of these guys start to tire, and I think at the two guys defensively, Okolie's the one I've got concerns about defensively. And at the moment, I think Chamberlain can win this fight. I think Chamberlain, this fight's all for Chamberlain to actually lose. I think as soon as Okolie starts to tire, which I'm sure he will, because Chamberlain knows what it's like to go distance. Even if once he's done the distance, Okolie doesn't, so he doesn't know how to pace himself. All right, there we go. Chamberlain getting close in this round. And Okolie's slowing down just a touch. Like I said, as soon as one of these guys slow down a touch, punches will start to land cleaner. I just want to know what Okolie can fight like on the back foot. At the moment, I'm not too impressed with his inside game. A lot of holding, that's okay. But you got to throw punches. You got to do something. Chamberlain on the front foot. Okolie holding on the inside. Yep, Chamberlain now looking for the left hook over the top. Misses. Okolie's the one, always the first one to initiate the hold here. Get some work done here. Trying to make something happen. Again, they're against the ropes. So out of the two guys, to me, Chamberlain looks like the guy who's boxing to some sort of a game plan. Okolie seems to do the same thing round after round after round, looking for the long left hand to measure Chamberlain and throw the big right hand over the top. That's been the game plan from round 1. Chamberlain tried to box from the outside at first. That didn't work. So they closed the range down quickly with good footwork. Oh, good right there, but did Chamberlain go over there? Yep, that was a right hand there from Okolie. And what was he doing? He was on, which I said he has to be careful. Just a stumble there. Chamberlain's still on his feet. Chamberlain's legs look secure. The right hand, he's just got to be careful of that right hand. Being on the end of that right hand is where it's dangerous for Chamberlain. That's where he was when he got hit with the right hand. And just when Chamberlain was actually doing okay in the fight. And as well, until that right hand. Chamberlain just looked up at the ceiling as if to say, what did I do that for? It's this experience as well. Good round, and you feel you're getting on top of a fighter, Then you make one mistake. That one mistake at that point was he gave Okolie space. Let's look at it here. Bang! Right hand. There it is. Many guys would have gone down to that. But it's all right. The glove touched the canvas. He's still on his feet, Chamberlain. It was throwing the left hook as well, but throwing the left hook from distance. But Chamberlain's trying to make a fight of this, you see. Okolie smiled and shook his head at Chamberlain to say, no, not tonight, son. This is round 7. Okolie using if you look at how Errol Spence fights, the left hand, Spence uses a lot of the left hand to measure his opponent and then throw the right hand. Or the other way around would be Spence would use the right hand because he's southpaw and throw the left hand over the top or through the middle. Okolie's doing a similar thing. Right hand again. He wants to make sure, Chamberlain's got to make sure he's not on the end of that right hand. He's got to stop Okolie from doing that. That's a big right hand there from Okolie. Chamberlain's got to be careful now. That right hand is like an equalizer, and it's got Okolie. After Chamberlain looked like he was having some success, Okolie's back in this fight now with that one right hand. So when you've got one punch knockout power, you could be losing a fight, and one right hand later, you've won the fight. Even looking terrible for 11.5 rounds. Chamberlain keeps coming though. Trying to work on the inside, Chamberlain. Throws a nice combination here, Chamberlain. He's trying to make a fight of it. He's determined, Chamberlain. I'll give him that. He's very determined. Big heart he's got, Chamberlain. Throws a nice left hook in there. And a right hand himself there, Chamberlain. Chamberlain's trying to fight, though. Chamberlain's got that look on his face. I'm going to walk through walls. I don't care what you throw and how many times you knock me over. I'm coming. Very, very dangerous. Somebody said that Okolie's being effective at what he's doing. Well, he's a bigger man. He's using physical strength. I'm not saying that, but he showed he's going to show us his boxing ability. I didn't know anything about wrestling, anything to do with it. Now he's pot shot with the right hand, Okolie, which that was nice to see. A bit more boxing there, which is good. I like now Chamberlain's getting on the inside and doing some work on him, which is good. But Okolie now bullying back to the ropes. Not once has the referee warned Okolie for using his shoulder and pushing Chamberlain back against the ropes, and Chamberlain didn't get any sort of warning whatsoever and got a point deducted. How does that work out? Is that not some sort of favouritism there? End of the round. Two novice fighters in a very poor quality fight. Sky will have this as fight of the year, no doubt. Agree, this is the quality of the free service that Sky shell out. I'm sure we have Thurman Porter on Sky last year for free. This is dog shite, says Realistic Boxing. Matchroom, I mean. We're back now. He's talking to Chamberlain. I'm still yet to see Chamberlain actually land something hard and heavy on Okolie. I want to see what happens if Chamberlain lands, how Okolie responds to it. 2 rounds to go. I'd like to see Chamberlain try and land something on Okolie. Because maybe he's got an equaliser in that right hand. Who knows? The tapes come loose on Chamberlain's glove. Chamberlain's both guys trying to fight a bit now this round. This is nice. Oh, now both guys are trying to fight. Here we go. Okolie letting them levers go. But like I said, between the two guys, Chamberlain's a bit more defensively responsible. Like I said, the tapes come loose. Here we go. The tape has been taped up, and we continue. The last two rounds, we might have a bit of a fight. So as soon as one of these guys tire, this fight may just end by one shot. Chamberlain threw a nice left hook over the top there. I like that. That's the left hook I think that Okolie's vulnerable to. The left hook. When he throws his own right hand, he leaves himself open to left hook. Nice little uppercut there from Okolie. I like that. Chamberlain's backing Okolie up. I like this body shot there from Okolie. From Chamberlain, sorry. Chamberlain slipping under and dipping and landing body shots. Nice. Chamberlain keeps trying. He's a try, that's for sure. Not sure people want to see a trilogy of this. That's for sure. There ain't no trilogy here. One's enough. Unless something sensationally happens in these last two rounds. I'd also be interested to see how much Lawerence Okolie actually weighs tonight. They look in two different weight divisions. Okolie looks like a heavyweight, and Chamberlain looks like a light heavyweight. Chamberlain's still trying to make the fight happen. Even though he was knocked down, even though he's been hurt, he's still trying to make the fight happen. Oh, nice shot on the inside there from Okolie. Still holding, Okolie pushing, chaining back against the ropes. And again, the referee's going to say nothing to him about it. Okolie pushing Chamberlain back against the ropes. Chamberlain through the left hook there, which I was looking for. There's the left hook on the right hand. Just whizzed past Okolie's chin. Has Okolie got a Thomas Hearns type chin that, you know, he could be winning a fight and then gets clocked with one shot? Has he got one of those type of chins? They're just putting they're talking to Anthony Joshua, who sparred Okolie and Chamberlain. Of course, it was noted that Okolie did knock Anthony Joshua out in sparring. I don't know how true those stories are, but I've heard that Okolie's knocked Joshua out in sparring. I would not be surprised tonight if Okolie was anywhere in the heavyweight division tonight. 200, 212, 200, 210, 212 pounds. By the way, if of Gassiev and Balticus, would love to know. Of course, Gassiev's trainer is Abel Sanchez, and you know how me and Abel like to get down. This is round 9. And Chamberlain has to knock Okolie out. It's as simple as that. He's got 2 rounds to do it, much like Carson Jones and Cheeseman. Nobody's going to give anything to Chamberlain. He's going to have to knock Okolie out. Okolie is the star boy here. It's not Okolie's fault. It just is what it is. He's the guy with the Olympic pedigree. You know how it goes. They'll probably feel they could do more of Okolie than with Chamberlain. I didn't say that, of course. Here comes Chamberlain. Like I said, if Chamberlain came from behind and stopped Okolie, I wouldn't be surprised. But he's make sure he's not on the end of that right hand. See, in all his adventures, he's got to make sure he does not walk onto that right hand. As soon as one of these guys tire, it could be 30 seconds from the last round, and one of them gets KO'd. Chamberlain's still chasing Okolie down. And nice little uppercut there from Chamberlain. Back to seeing it earlier, though. I'm surprised he didn't throw more uppercuts on the inside. Anytime he got inside, shoot the uppercut on the inside. Follow up with a left hook. Didn't see much of the uppercut. Surprised he didn't think about it when Okolie kept leaning on him to kind of step back and throw the uppercut, because Okolie has no defense to that. Because all his weight is going forward, but he's just looking to push the guy. Okolie with a right hand there. Oh, try to jump in there with a left hook himself there. Okolie. Okolie looks like he's slightly tiring. He would be. Still looking for that right hand over the top. If I would say that Okolie's pretty one-dimensional, would that be harsh? Oh, point is now going to get deducted from Mr. Okolie. Yes, a point has been deducted from Mr. Okolie. Steve Gray's deducted a point. End of the round. Got to listen to some of these comments here. Is it the punters that sell out the O2? Haha, says 500 RES. Is why are people flocking to anything that Matchroom do? Not mocking them, but attend a main event with two professional novices. I mean, that's fine, but filling out the O2 Arena? Wow. Well, 8,000 people. I'm not filling out the O2 Arena. Very clumsy fight. Rick Hackney fan says, because Eddie Hearn panders and only cares about casual fans as they lap this shit up. Frank Warren puts on proper fights but can't sell out a phone box. 500 says, I hope they fight so they're going to get some sort of praise, because so far people seem to be not. This is the last round. I hope they can all put it on the line for the last round. Chamberlain's got to knock Okolie out. Simple. Yes, exactly. Boxing fans, there's no real boxing fans would sell out the O2 Arena for a couple of 6 or 7 fight novices, especially for the price that we were sold out for. Now, listen. See, I would agree with you to a point. This is round 10. But if you were to see... Oh, good left hook there from Chamberlain. This is what I wanted to see. Okolie took it. So he was backing up. He got hit with a left hook. I said the left hook is Okolie's kryptonite for me. He's just got to put it on Okolie. Go forward and just put it on him. Put it on him and see what he can do off the back foot. Chamberlain's trying. I'll tell you something. Chamberlain has world-class determination. Big right hand there from Okolie. Chamberlain took it. Chamberlain's got lots of heart. Very determined. He's trying to win this fight. And I like Chamberlain for this. You know, good right hand. You know, again, nice right hand there from Chamberlain. Learn a lot about a man in a tough fight. And here comes Chamberlain. Big right hand there from Okolie. But Chamberlain walks straight through it. Chamberlain's not having it tonight. That's determination. That's grit. Like to see him let his hands go on the inside. Okolie tying up. He's really got to let his hands go. Oh, left hook, that great shot there from Okolie. That I thought hurt Chamberlain. That was a great shot there from Okolie. Real class shot. Picked that shot beautifully. And Chamberlain took it. Can there still be a knockout inside the last minute? Inside the last 30 seconds? That's all it takes is one of these guys to suddenly get winded and somebody's going to get knocked out and down goes Chamberlain. But that looks like a push. But he looks exhausted, Chamberlain. He looks exhausted. This is the minute. It could all happen in this minute here. Here we go. Here comes Okolie. See this fight out, though. Would be a shame. Left hook on the uppercut on the inside from Okolie. Pushes Chamberlain back. Chamberlain says no to Okolie. And he's still coming forward. Okolie's long arms and physical strength been a lot for Chamberlain to deal with tonight. It's almost like a David and Goliath type fight. I kind of wonder if Chamberlain could fight a light heavyweight. I wonder. He just looks smaller, so small against Okolie. Not just in height, but in just physical size. Right hand through the middle there. Chamberlain walks straight through it. Nobody can question his heart or his guts or his determination. But really and truly, for Chamberlain, I'd like to see him do more on the inside. Didn't do enough work on the inside. Okolie wins the fight, but it wasn't a classic, that's for sure. And, you know, for the most part, there was a lot of holding and losing physical strength and bullying. Chamberlain, for me, I like the fact that Chamberlain, you know, I learnt more about Chamberlain in this fight than Okolie. Showed he could take a great shot, showed he had great determination, and you know Chamberlain can come again. I just hope they continue to guide this man the right way. I don't think I want to see a rematch. If he's going to stay at cruiserweight, he's going to have to work on his physical strength because he was getting bullied all night long in there. If he's not going to work on his physical strength, he's going to have to work on his footwork, Chamberlain. I like if he can move down to light heavy, move down to light heavy and be a big light heavyweight. So Gassiev and Doctors, I back Gassiev to win the fight. Who won? Could somebody let me know? Great fight. No. Lawerence Okolie, I thought was pretty one-dimensional. The 1-2, even when he was missing with that right hand for the most of the fight, which was shooting over the top of the shoulder, he didn't do anything. I didn't see him mix his shots up. It was the same thing over and over and over and over again. At least Chamberlain, he showed he could adapt and make changes. He was on the outside. Then he tried to get on the inside. Okolie's dancing. He's dancing with the referee holding his hand. And Okolie wins. Point decision. But when you talk about, you know, previous fights, Lennox Lewis, Gary Mason, Josh Taylor, O'Hara Davies, fighters where the Olympic champion fights the guy who didn't have as much amateur pedigree or has an Olympic experience, I have to say that this fight didn't live up to expectation. I have to say that Okolie did not look like an Olympic champion in there. He didn't look like a guy who had fought at the Olympics at all. Looked very basic. But hey, he's a 7-9 fight novice. Congratulations to Lawerence Okolie. British beef was very stale. The Cheeseman fight was more exciting to watch. So Gassiev won. Fantastic. Says a lot about Bellew. What he was WBC champ, but he didn't want to go into the tournament. Instead, he chased a crippled hay. Okolie showed versatility. What versatility did he show? He was doing the same thing all night long. Throwing the left jab and the right hand all night long. The right hand was going over the top of the shoulder. It was Chamberlain who had to switch up his game because he had to deal with that physical strength. Chamberlain at times tried to walk Okolie down, tried to walk him back against the ropes. When he tried to get on the side for body shots through the left hook on the top, it was the same combination that Chamberlain Okolie throwing over and over and over again. Well, I'm glad Garcia won. So let me hear what Chamberlain's Okolie got to say about everything.
So many questions asked of you going into this fight. Could he outbox Isaac Chamberlain in a boxing match? Could he go 10 rounds? Do you think that you answered all of those questions tonight?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Isaac's a good fighter. So he tested me in a different way. There's other fights I'm going to be a lot physically. So this is good as a benchmark. I'm going to push on from it. But once again, I want to say a massive shout out to Chamberlain's team, because there's a lot of people who said no to fighting me, but he stood up to play. I want to rest. So Eddie in there and say, I want to have a little rest. I'm boxing at AJ undercard against someone like Craig Kennedy, who's from Wales.
Talk us through your tactics and how you were able to impose him in the fight. It was a clash of styles at times. It wasn't always pretty.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't going to be, because I said, I'm going to hurt him early, and I'm going to see if he's brave enough. He's going to keep coming. Then it's going to turn into a long night. And it did. I kept hurting him, and he kept rallying back. So I have nothing but respect for his mental toughness and fortitude. But I kept saying, people keep getting it wrong. Boxing is not all about slipping and this and another. It's about real generalship. It's like punch at the right time and adapting during the fight.
Did you think you were able to impose your physical advantages on him?
100%. I knew that was going to be the case. I said in the build-up with you, he's going to see how hard it is to work on the inside with someone as strong as me. But I'm nowhere near the finish out call. There's a lot of work to do for mental conditioning as well as physical. Isaac was strong.
How satisfying is it to prove a lot of people wrong and win this grudge matching British beef?
It's good. But I said to myself as I left my hotel room, I'm coming back here a winner. I said to my mum, the next time you see me, I'm going to be WBA Continental Champion of the world, and I stuck to it.
You mentioned Craig Kennedy there, so that's the fight that you want next. That's the fight you'll be saying to Eddie Hearn you want next.
Yeah, 100%, because obviously I want to go up against someone good, keep working. Craig Kennedy's from Wales, so it'll be exciting and a good learning experience.
You've headlined at the O2. It's going to be a little bit of a come down after this. With any struggle for motivation or going from headlining the O2 to back down onto the undercards?
And I said, like, listen, headline O2, boxing at Yorkpool, it's all the same. You get in the ring, and all the talk goes out the window, and right hands land, and people go down.
So a quick word with promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, just perhaps didn't have the fireworks that we all thought it would.
No, disappointing. I mean, look, the first round was electric. The last round was exciting, and in between was very average. I think at times, listen, you know, you have a 9-0 fighter against a 7-0 fighter, both with a lot to learn. But it was a big win for Lawerence Okolie, and I thought he showed part impressive. Other parts he knows he's got to work on. And sometimes when you get 8,000 people in here and you haven't quite got the experience, I think Isaac got hurt in the first round and tried to recover, to take his time to recover. He held a lot. And then Lawerence held. It was very, very scrappy. 10 rounds, and a big 10 rounds for Lawerence Okolie's career. We hope for more fireworks, but Chamberlain was hurt badly in the last round as well, and managed to see the final belt.
How will you move the winner and the loser forward?
As I said before, both guys have got a future after sport. Isaac's going to, after this fight, Isaac's going to come back, work into an English and British title shot. And I think Lawerence should move forward towards British title shots virtually ASAP. I know he's still got some learning, but I think that he has the power to trouble anyone in the division. He's going to learn an awful lot from tonight. And there'll be a lot more exciting fights from Lawerence Okolie.
Lawerence, just to give you the final word, the stage is yours.
I want to say a massive shout out to everyone that came out and showed support. In the build-up to this, it was East London versus South London. I consider myself London. And right now in the cruiserweight division, I own London. Let's go for Britain.
Okolie's Burgers, well done.
The sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a case of a job done for Lawerence Okolie. He gets the all-important bragging rights, and rightly so. Wasn't exactly.
Well, for me, Okolie did the business tonight. You can't win all your fights by just using physical strength, because you're going to get guys who will be able to push you off and hit you back and punch you just as hard as you hit them. against a smaller guy in Chamberlain, and Chamberlain was unable to deal with the physical strength of Okolie. Let's get that straight there. So he did what had to be done tonight. Congratulations to Lawerence Okolie. For Chamberlain, I don't know how much of a career he can have at cruiserweight. I mean, seriously. I mean, if you're getting pushed back by Lawerence Okolie, then, you know, they're going to be guys that are physically as strong or stronger than Okolie and may hit harder than Okolie. I mean, you know, top end, Gassiev, Issac, Dorticus, you look at just the top cruiserweights in the world. Can you see Chamberlain being in the ring with any of those guys? I just think that, you know, Copend Online says that was the first fight Okolie showed physical strength. Well, showed physical strength a guy who was significantly smaller than him. So that isn't a real test. Showing your physical strength against a guy that's smaller than you, when you can use physical strength against a guy who's as big or bigger than you, and you can actually physically bully them, that's something. So, so again, congratulations to Lawerence Okolie. Good performance. Well, I wouldn't say great performance. He did what he had to do to win, and that's what matters. As again, for Isaac Chamberlain, you know, my respect for Isaac Chamberlain has grown so much. I hope that he doesn't lose confidence because of what's happened tonight. I hope he says, you know what, I took shots from the best guy, one of the best punchers in the division, and I was able to stand there and keep coming. So he showed a lot of determination there to, you know, not get knocked out, which is good. A lot of people expect him to get flattened, you know. So he's got to do either work with a strength and conditioning coach to get his strength up, or maybe lose the weight, go down to cruiserweight, or go down to light heavyweight, and then be a big light heavyweight, and then come into the ring like a cruiserweight. You know, that's what I'd like to see. So yeah, guys. So I got Lawerence Okolie, but I need to stretch your imagination. But he got the job done, and that's all that matters. You know, it'll be interesting to see how he fights against a guy who physically is as strong as himself and is able to whack him back with the same sort of power he's hitting other people with. That's always the real test. But it's okay. It's okay. So, Isaac is a light cruiserweight. Unfortunately, there's no light cruiserweight division. No, there isn't. Gassi versus Dorticus was a real fight, not that British beef BS. Yes, it was a real fight, a real fight. So this is it from me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like our stuff, leave your comments in the comment section. We appreciate you once again tonight, and check out our videos. Tell people at BWTM Sports. We'll see you soon. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Have a good one. Good night.